Alright, so I'm kind of an idiot, and I had already recorded this once, and then thought I imported the clips to my phone, and then erased them. Turns out that they weren't imported to my phone. Anyways, this is going to be a very quick video to show a not so secret little hidden gem of model railroading, and that is Hobby Lobby. I'm going to pick this up because that has some of what I already showcased. Anyways, I'd gone there simply because I watched Kansas and Western's video, and he was mentioning the silicone paintbrushes, and he was using some grout, which I don't know if it's the same type of grout. I've got sanded grout. It's the only thing I could really find. I've got the linen color, and it seems like it's pretty fine for me. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but at the very least it'll be a good base for my dirt over on the side of the road here. And if it's too fine, then I can just add more of the play sand that I used over on that side. And so my initial thing was to go there for one of these, and well, that was the last thing I picked up, because on the way I forgot they had train stuff. I also got a bunch more of these, and I'm sure you can find all of this stuff on Amazon for cheaper, but the convenience of it being right there, you know, it is what it is. But $4 for 20 pieces of foam brushes is fine with me. And then I got a couple of regular Hobby little tiny brushes, as well as some more resin, and I needed some more pipettes. And what else did I get? Some craft swabs, and I got these. I never used them, but we'll see. $4.99 for 12 count of sandy needles, 150, 240, and 320 grit. Got some nice little fine points in there, so might come in handy with doing some corner work or something like that on some models. And then moving on, we've got some metal, where the hell does it say on here? Anyways, some metal rods. There's 4 of them in there. Can't remember who it was. I want to say New England was doing some fences, and he had used this. And I don't know if it was this one, this size, whatever. But I like that. I like the looks of it, so I figure there's got to be some fencing that I got to put around here somewhere, so I bought me one of those as well. Then moving on to everything else, basically, I got some evergreen trees. You get a 12-pack for $7.99. Now, again, you could probably make these a lot cheaper. You can probably find some on Amazon a lot cheaper. They are not the highest of quality, I will agree, but for being in the background, I mean, I've already got some of them. I think those were the same ones. Back there, I know this green one here was one that I got from Hobby Lobby at one point or another. So yeah, I mean, they're not the greatest of qualities, but they will work. And I'm thinking about using these kind of over here around the Lizzie Borden house. I'm thinking that might stay there. I'm not 100% sure still yet, but I might do kind of a, you know, it's out in the forest type of area there. We'll see. Also got some, didn't realize there was a hole there, corn stalks, 28 pieces for $8, because I do have this farm over here with the Woodland Scenics plowed field. I'm figuring if I drill some holes in there and maybe put some of these in there, and I'll see if I like that. I know Walder's also has a kit that you can buy, and so I'll see. I might fill that up with some corn stalks. I got to trim it a little bit. And like I said, I got to move all that to build the hole through the wall at some point. I also got these detachable flower brushes, or bushes, for 30 pieces for, again, $8. Figure some trackside, you know, weeds or something here and there. Probably come in handy. I got this landscape rock simply because I like the bigger rocks, and as I said before, I think I want to try to put in like a little standing pond here somewhere in this area, and I think these would kind of work around that. So $2.50 for that. I figure that's all right. And again, could maybe use some of this over on this side or something. It'll always come in handy. I got 2 packs of these, 10 trees in each for $5.50. Again, you know, they do look plasticky, but, you know, kind of tucked in behind things and far off in the distance. It's not that big of a deal. Could even airbrush a little bit on top of it. Fall mix, 9-piece, $7.99 again. These are similar to another tree, and I've got it somewhere in that mess somewhere. Another pack of trees. I can't remember how many were in that. There was a lot of them, and they're just kind of wire trees, and I use that on my other layout, which I haven't showcased on the channel yet. That'll be coming up pretty soon. Once I get back out on the road, you will see that one, and you won't see this one for a while. But I've got these plus those other ones somewhere else. Fall mix. There's no real season on this. I'm a summer type of guy. I love anywhere from spring to midsummer. Fall's all right. Winter I can't stand, so fall kind of gets me into that depressed mood because I know what's coming next. But I like the fact that there's some dead trees in here, because naturally in a forest there are some dead trees. So I've got some of those. And then, yeah, basically, as you can see, I've already opened up a bunch of these. Now, I think it was this pack here. Yeah, Sun-Kissed Deciduous Trees. It's an 8-pack. Don't mind the pack all being opened. I have this out here. This is Woodland Scenics Woodland Classics Sun-Kissed for $11.99. This one here, 8 of them, Sun-Kissed for $6.99. So, you know, it's almost half price to get these from Hobby Lobby. These, they look like they probably are a little bit better quality, so these might sit, you know, closer to the front, more in view than the other ones. But for instance, I think it's these ones are the Sun-Kissed. You know, again, they're not bad. Of course, they have these little bottoms so that you can pull off, and then it's got a little tab there. And I usually drill out just far enough for that, and then stick some glue and stick those in. These trees are original to the layout. All of these are the newer ones. And I've got some of the Sun-Kissed ones over there as well. Yeah, again, like I said, you can see that they are a very plasticky type of look. But when they're all kind of grouped together, you really can't see too much of a difference. Again, I got a 4-pack of fall color just to kind of blend in. Of course, you got the apple trees here, but they might not stay there. They might go, you know, farther over there by the dead end that I'm going to put in or something. But and I'm not sure if I like this, because when I sit down on the chair back here, I don't know if it takes away too much of my view. I don't necessarily want that much of a block. So one thing that I've been trying to keep mindful in my layout is how much is visible. And like I said, this is my chair. This is usually where I sit. Of course, I'm not sitting quite right because I got that behind me, but I'll sit here, and this is where I drink my coffee and that sort of stuff. So I've got a little opening there to see the train go by. Of course, I've got this scene that I absolutely love. Let's get this out of the way. Yeah, this scene here that I absolutely love to see the train go by. It'll be open up a little bit here for you to still see. And then you come over here, you got the nice scene with the bridge here. And then you've got a nice open area, especially on this front track. And then a nice little open field there. I know I'm not going to stick any trees there, because again, I got the bridge that goes across there. So I don't necessarily want to stick any trees there, but I do kind of like having a forest in this area. I'm just afraid that I'm going to have too many visual blocks that, you know, even the hill was kind of a touchy, you know, whether I do or not when I started it. And I absolutely love it now. So that's why I've just kind of placed the trees there. I don't know what kind of angle my camera is at, but if you look at the trees on the far edge of the trees, you can see the train kind of through in the background underneath the canopy. And so I kind of like that. I like that idea, but I'm not 100% sure if I like the idea of that much of a block. Like I said, I got the block here, this block, this, You know, I've got a lot of blocks as it is. I don't want to overblock, but it kind of works that there's a path, and I can't remember what the terminology is, but a path of the forest kind of going along here, because you've got the trees here. So basically would kind of come in, you know, back here, and then if I have those ones over there, kind of goes out there. So we'll see. I will play around with that. Because like I said, I do kind of like that. I don't really want to put anything over here, so I really got to make sure that I put it right. But that's why I like these ones that I have the bases on. I can just kind of plunk them down, sit there for, you know, a little bit of time and see if I want to do that. In fact, this one's still on its base, so I could pull that one out and see, you know, kind of move things around. So, but I do like that one there. Kind of matches the one that's in the back there. But anyways, that is this video. Hopefully I will be smart enough to be able to figure out how to properly import these clips to the phone and then get this video out. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your opinion is on filling this up. Obviously they're not set exactly, and these ones are all laying down, so you know, some of it will be compressed, and I can always pick up more trees at another point. Yeah, let me know what you think of that, and we will catch you on the next one. And until then, happy railroading.